and we've just been in the Andy Elms leadership meeting. How was it for you?
Yeah, brilliant. I love his stuff. He was talking about spiritual leadership, and sometimes we can on the spiritual or just on leadership, but actually as church leaders we're called to be spiritual leaders. And he was speaking about being a sustainable leader, that we don't just live right on the edge all the time, because then we've got no room, no margin for space in our lives for what God wants to do, because we're just living on the edge. So he was giving some real practical stuff on how to live a sustainable life as a leader, and therefore becoming much more fruitful.
Do you think many people go either one way or the other?
I think people tend to be either more spiritual with a little bit of leadership, or loads of leadership with a little bit of spiritual. And as church leaders, we've got to have both sides of the coin, spiritual and leadership together, because the church, first and foremost, is spiritual. But you need to add leadership and the wisdom of that in order to enable something to be sustainable over many years.
Do you think there's a lot of pastors who are really, really suffering with burnout?
I think many are, yeah. I think there's burnout for different reasons. I think burnout can be very, very busy and just taking too much on your plate, and you burn out and taking too many responsibilities. I think another one for burnout is actually not having a healthy spiritual life. And if you don't have a healthy spiritual life, the weight of everything just becomes too much and people then give up. And I think if you're healthy spiritually, you can carry more, but the danger of that is you carry too much. So I think when you're healthy spiritually, you also get some wisdom with that, and you can then raise up and release others to take on stuff.
So really, it's common sense, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is common sense, a lot of it. I think as leaders, we like to be involved in a lot of stuff and have our fingers in a lot of pies. And I think sometimes we need to take a step back and say, well, can somebody else do what I'm doing? If so, can I raise up and release them to do it? So in one sense, doing yourself out of a job.
Do you think pastors feel guilty a lot of the time when they feel, well, we should be helping, so they give more to other people because they feel guilty that that's what they should be doing?
I think sometimes people, leaders, pastors can feel a pressure that the people expect them to do certain things. I think if you're the pastor, the minister, your primary thing is to lead the church, not pastor it. You're to lead it, take it in the direction God wants it to go, and you raise up others to do a lot of the pastoring and caring of the people in it. I think a lot of time can be sucked up, used, meeting people's needs, when actually that's what we should be doing as a body of people, looking after one another, caring for each other, and really releasing the leader to lead and have time with God and make decisions with the leadership to move the church forward.
Because it is a body after all, isn't it?
Yeah, and the body needs leading. So, yeah.
Great, Clive. Thank you.
All right, cheers.